Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Zach Grubb.
And I'm Devin Grubb.
And today, we are talking about...
Hello, Joyce? Joyce? Joyce Byers.
I would love to know how many people get our terrible movie references.
Well, 2 people got our terrible movie reference this week. Shout out to Jen, Rewatch Rituals. She guessed it, as well as T. O'Malley Adventures. Tim, he got it as well. 2 people guessed right because they guessed at the same time. T. O'Malley Adventures commented it at the same time that Rewatch Rituals commented on the story. So it was both at the same time, so therefore we have 2 correct guesses this week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, watch Just Friends. It's funny.
What are you doing at Joyce's? I'm talking to people through the walls.
Anyway. So, Joyce Byers is arguably the main character of season 1.
Yes. Yeah, I would say so.
And then never again.
Yes, I would say so.
And that's okay, because, the focus is very firmly on the kids after season 1 and the teenagers. And, yes, we have other stories with the adults, but it always feels like they're secondary to what's going on with the younger set.
Yeah, honestly, the only other season where I feel like she's got a lot to do. I mean, not that she doesn't have a lot to do in the others, but this one is season 4, because the Russia stuff takes up a big chunk of a lot of episode time. We're kind of split evenly before 11 gets to the Nina project. I feel like we're pretty split between Russia and Hawkins.
We are, although by the end of the season, it really feels like the Russia stuff was just there to keep the adults away.
Well, that too, but
we'll get to that.
But she does a lot in season 4. I actually have the most notes for her. With season 5, I have the most notes for her, but I feel like I have
almost nothing in season 4.
I have a few. But anyway,
let's start with season 1.
Season 1.
Joyce is just a mom doing her best.
Yeah.
A single mom who works 2 jobs.
Who loves her kids and never stops.
Didn't we say the same thing about Jonathan?
We did.
It's true, and
though. We probably sang it for Steve also.
It's true.
But when you meet Joyce, she's a very different character, I feel like, in season 1 than she is once season 5 rolls around.
Yeah.
You meet her and she's a little absent-minded. She comes off as being frazzled. Which she doesn't really, it's really just this season where she's like that.
She's much more put together after this.
Yeah. And honestly, she locks in, she's crazy to the outside world, but the task at hand is, I know my son's alive, we need to find him, and she is just on it.
Yeah.
The whole time, regardless of what people think of her or saying about her, even what her own son is thinking and saying about her, she doesn't care.
Yeah. I think from the get-go, we see that she was always action-oriented.
Mm-hmm.
You really understand their struggle right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Where she comes home from work and she's asking Jonathan where Will is. She's got to go to her next shift over at Melvald's, which is a convenience store.
Yeah. It's like a hardware store.
They're a little bit everything because they have the drugs in the back too, like the prescription stuff. They're a general store.
It's a general store, not a malt shop.
Oh, would you look at that? It's not a malt
shop. Not a malt shop.
That's not a place you can go for malts.
Not a malt shop, guys. Anyway,
any hoozles. So we see right from the get-go, she's action-oriented. She wants to put up signs everywhere. She is going to find Will,
Mm-hmm.
she immediately goes to Hopper, and he's like, he's not a missing person yet. And she's like, I don't give a shit.
Right.
This is my kid, and I know how he is. This is not, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, always had a badass streak, 2 weeks pay, and a pack of Camels.
Yeah.
Everyone stopped smoking after season
I
1.
was gonna. I wrote down that she's a smoker. But we don't really see anybody smoking after season 1.
It was 280s.
Occasionally you do, but like not like this.
Only
like,
the villains.
Like she smokes like a freaking chimney. But I put iconic with the lights because that is what you think of when you think of Stranger Things, and that was her doing.
Yeah. Winona Ryder is perfect in this role.
Oh, she's fantastic. She is fantastic. Nobody else could have played this part. I don't know if anybody else was up for it, but like nobody else could have played this part. She owns Joyce.
Now, tell me if I'm remembering this wrong, but weren't there people who didn't think that she was going to be good in this? Like, they couldn't see Winona Ryder as like the struggling mom with the.
I think so.
There were people who didn't think she was going to.
And also I don't think she had like done much before.
Well, since her bigger
Yeah,
movies
like I know, like no, I just mean like yeah, like she.
It had been a while.
It had been a while since we had like seen her. Like, I know this because our daughter is obsessed with this movie, but she does do a voice in Frankenweenie.
This is true.
Which that was from 2012, but like that's a voice role.
I think
she's not actually like you don't see her.
She had done a few voice acting roles, I think, at that point.
But like I feel like this was kind of like a return.
For
her
definitely.
A little bit. And, nobody expected the show to be what it was. So I feel like people were kind of like, oh, well, why is she doing this? This show's not going to be anything. And lo and behold, it became,
Then we all saw what Stranger Things turned into.
Cultural phenomenon.
To the point where on IMDb, her picture is Joyce.
It's Joyce, yeah.
It's not Lydia.
So many,
it's
right.
not.
Like, we know her from a bunch of other things, but there are so many people who this is what they know her for. Which is wild to me. But that's just because I'm ancient.
Well, yeah. Plus, I mean, we also come from families that expose us to movies that maybe they shouldn't have when we were younger. And also, like,
Not necessarily. It's Tim Burton.
We were watching Edward Scissorhands when we were very little.
I was like 6.
Yeah, it was probably a little younger than that for me. But yeah.
But I was like 6 when I saw Edward Scissorhands. I was older than that when I saw Beetlejuice. Or maybe it was vice versa. I
saw Beetlejuice very young.
No. I digress because I could go into a whole thing about Beetlejuice. Anyway.
Yeah, so it was very. Excuse me. I wasn't sure when we first started watching this show that I was going to be able to separate Winona Ryder from Lydia Dietz.
Really?
And yes.
Oh, I would. I know because I've seen her in other things.
Sure, so had I. But like that's who that was her defining character for me.
For you, was Lydia.
Yes, and I could not have been more wrong. She is perfect as Joyce.
Yeah. You like Heathers? Come on.
I'm not saying Heathers isn't a perfect movie.
We see she pulls out the axe for the first time in
season 1.
In season 1.
Yep.
I also put that this is, I don't know what else you have, but this is a big thing for me because it shows Joyce. It really shows her character. She is immediately a mother figure for 11.
I did write down, yeah.
Before she even knows who she is.
She just sees a kid who needs somebody to look out for her.
Right. She shows 11 kindness that she's never experienced before. And like when we watched the show the very first time, you saw that, but like now when I watch that scene, like I get choked up because she she doesn't have to be nice to 11. She could just be like, "Oh, you have these powers, find my kid." You know what I mean?
But that's
But
not how
that's
she
not
is.
how she is. She's immediately like, "I'm going to hold your hand the entire time. I am so grateful for you for doing this to me." And she gives her the option that 11's never gotten before, and that is, if you get too scared, let me know and we will stop.
We will get you
We
out.
will get you out. And like that's just
I think she says something like "follow my voice back" or something
so
like that.
it's something along those lines with like listen here, like listen to my voice or you'll hear my voice.
Yep.
And it's like that shows that she's not just a this like fragile frazzled mom who can't get her shit together. Like no, she actually cares about these children.
Yeah.
One of which
Not
she
just
doesn't even know.
not just her missing son.
Exactly.
Her missing son, who everyone tried to convince her was dead,
Mm-hmm.
and she was right.
Yep.
She knew the whole time that Will was out there. It's she saves him through pure determination.
Yep. She immediately throws herself right into the shit. Cause when they go into the Hopper's like, no, and she's like, "Are you kidding me? Like, no, I'm going in too.
You're not going
like,
to the
that's my
hospital without
kid."
me. I'm going to get Will.
Right. That's honestly that's all I have for season 1. But for me, the biggest takeaway with season 1 and Joyce is that those moments with 11.
Yeah. I like the depth that they gave her character in what they didn't show us. Like we never saw her dynamic with her ex-husband
We do before everything
they
Okay.
separated. Like we get allusions to it. Jonathan talks about it a little. Then he shows up at her doorstep, and she doesn't fall for it.
No.
Like she believes he's upset about Will, because that's the benefit of the doubt. But the second he starts to show any inclination that that's not why he's there, get out of my house.
Yeah. Yep.
You yeah.
She's fierce.
Fierce is the right word.
Yeah.
Season 2?
Season 2. She's incredibly overprotective. Understandably so. But
I wrote that she was adjusting well post incident, thanks to dating Bob.
But I think she is dating Bob Newby. We actually get our first acknowledgement of her knowing Hopper in high school.
Yes.
In season 2.
They decided to start writing some backstory, which is, fine.
Yeah. You know.
They were expanding the world in season 2.
Yeah, yes.
They needed to. They needed to put a little more into it now that they knew they were sticking with it.
Yes. I said won't let Will trick or treat by himself.
This is true.
Again, the whole overprotective little bit.
It's like you just said though. At
this point, it's understandable.
It's understandable. Yeah,
it's understandable.
Will's been back for what, less than a year?
It's barely less than a year.
Yeah.
Because this takes place like the Halloween week,
and we ended on Christmas. In season 1,
like a little bit before. Yeah, we ended on Christmas. Well, that's when we ended, but he essentially, if he went missing on November 6th and he was gone for, let's say, 7 days because he was taken at,
so he didn't even quite make it a year. Like it was just before.
It hasn't been a year because season 2 starts right before Halloween. So he's been back, let's say 11 months and some change. So it's understandable that she would be.
Plus, Will is acting squirrely.
Yeah. Well, because he's got some shit happening.
Yeah. And she takes it seriously right from the get-go.
Right from the beginning. Yeah.
Joyce has tangled with the supernatural, and when she sees signs of it happening again, she does not rest on her laurels. She is on it. She sees the picture of the mind flayer.
I know that, yeah, in the static of the hot tape on Halloween.
Even before that, she sees him drawing it, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm just drawing," and she's like, "No, that's something."
Well, and isn't that's how she gets him to draw the things because she realizes
Yup.
that he can't speak the words.
Because Will is an artist, which is a through line for 4 seasons.
Can't see it right now, but I'm making a face.
So am I. Anyway.
And then I said she's a terrible liar. I don't know what that was in reference to, but that she.
Lying to Bob.
Okay.
About the.
About all the stuff that's Gotcha.
It's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, but he eats it up.
Well, yeah, because
he knows she's lying, but he's like, all right, I'll play along.
Because this is Bob Newby's like. This is what I do. This is what I do.
Yeah. And she fights, but she fights like hell for Will. Like with all this stuff at the end going through with like his possession or whatever you want to.
I think one of the saddest things for Joyce in season 2 is the Bob storyline.
Yeah.
Because in Bob she found some level of normalcy.
She really did.
That she was really enjoying. It was. I feel like it was grounding Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that nothing else really could at the time.
They had a family dynamic that they didn't have before.
That wasn't strained.
Mm-mm.
Like even Will and Jonathan being
they were like, yeah, he's a big dork, but we like him.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like the typical, oh, my mom's dating some guy, I have to hate him. You know, they liked him.
Yeah,
he was good to them, and he was good to her. And she didn't even really get to mourn him.
No, she really didn't.
You know, because he gets killed, and then immediately they have to go and take care of Will and what's going on with him.
And we see some of that and how that stuck with her in season 3.
Yeah.
But again, she proves what a badass she is at the end of season 2 when she's getting the mind flayer out of Will.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan can't take it. He's like, please stop. She's like, no.
But she's like, we have to do this.
This isn't Will that's in pain. This is the thing.
But that's that, you know, that's the instance, I guess, of her fighting for her kid is when she's yelling at them at the doctors.
Yeah.
When Will is initially there before the whole Bob stuff happens. And then honestly, this part, you know, she knows that it's not it's hurting him, but it's not hurting Will. It's hurting what's inside of Will.
The thing inside of Will is hurting him.
Exactly.
This is how they get him out of it.
Exactly. And that's, you know, and that's she's fighting for her kid. She's a good mom.
She's a good mom.
She's a good mommy.
Till season 4.
Well, we'll get there. Let's not jump past the fun of season 3.
Then she's a horny mom. Anyway. Let's jump into season 3, because I feel like that's basically it in season 2.
Yeah.
But season 3.
I put parenting Hopper's parenting.
Yeah. She's helping Hopper as best she can with the teenager. And the two of them are already acting like a couple, even though neither of them are acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Although Hop is pushing for it a little.
Yeah. She's not, because Bob.
She's still dealing with that.
And that's what I put. She's still dealing with Bob's death. There's a scene, and it's really sad, where she like goes and sits in front of the TV with like her lasagna or whatever.
Her TV dinner.
With her TV dinner, and she's literally having like a memory of her and Bob sitting on the couch and like joking together or whatever. And it's really sad, but it shows that she's, you know, she hasn't fully moved on from
she's still dealing with the trauma.
She's still dealing with it, and Hopper's kind of pushing for like a date or whatever.
Like,
with
she's
her.
Not saying no.
She's not saying no, but like I feel like, me personally, for him, should back off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it was several months ago. You know, but this is the summer after it happened. It's not like it's been a year. It's been a few months.
This is a communication gap between the two of them.
Yeah.
Hopper doesn't know that he shouldn't be pushing for this. because she's not sharing her pain or trauma from the situation with anybody.
Yeah.
Same token, Joyce isn't really telling Hopper no because she does want
She does
something,
want
but she
something.
can't
Yeah.
move past it yet.
Yeah. She's not ready.
A little bit of communication would go a long way with these characters, and we see that throughout season 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of their gag.
Yeah.
My magnets!
What's wrong with my magnets? And who does she go to when who do you go to when there's something wrong with your magnets? Hawkins' most eligible bachelor, Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark. Who's listening to My Winona?
I put yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
I put stands up for herself and her magnets.
She does. She stands on business for her magnets.
And that's because I guess is that in relation to Hopper?
Yeah, because
okay.
she finds out from Mr. Clark they lose a charge. She goes to tell Hopper what's going on, and he's like, "I'm too busy being a man baby, and I'm sad that you're paying attention to Mr. Clark."
Well, no, she stood him up.
Yes.
She stood him up. They were supposed to go to Enzo's, which I was going to save this for season 4. However, I'll just say it now. What the fuck does Enzo's serve? And are there no Olive Gardens in this town?
There certainly are not.
Everybody's obsessed with Enzo's.
That is the power of Italian food. Italian food is the superior food. It is the best food. And when there's only one Italian place in the entire town...
That's it. There's got to be only one. It has to be that there's only one Italian restaurant.
Enzo might be the only Italian man in the entire town.
Why do I feel like... But why do I feel like Enzo's not actually Italian?
Didn't we see him at the end of season 5?
I don't remember.
I think he was there when Joyce and Hopper were having their little...
Their epilogue? I don't know.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna see if there's. I'm gonna look up if Enzo is credited.
I didn't like their scene.
Nobody did.
I put dives right into the shit when her children's safety is involved, and I guess that is in relation to all of the Russian stuff.
Yeah.
That they get involved in.
I
with
guess.
The gate. I don't know. I don't remember.
No, because she really wasn't involved in that in season 3.
Yes.
She and Hopper had their own thing going with the gate.
They close it. They're there to help to stop them.
But they don't meet up with the kids until like towards the end.
Well, that's what I'm getting. I'm already there because I don't have anything else.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we do have a lot between her and Alexi.
There's a
and
lot,
her and Hopper.
Right. Yeah, she develops a little friendship with Alexi.
I wrote that she's constantly underestimating Will.
I put that too. Constantly underestimates Will. When he's been without her the whole time, she has little faith in him.
Yeah.
She's still a good mom. I get the reasoning behind why she is the way she is with him. However, at this point, he's been through this kind of stuff twice.
Yeah. She should have some level of faith. She should
have some level, I just, like, don't underestimate him.
He knows how to take care of himself, and he's never alone.
No, he's not. He's always surrounded by people who love and care about him. So, like, she shouldn't be...
Mama Steve.
He's a nugget. I always assumed Will was a nugget.
Yeah.
You know,
six little nuggets.
Anyway, but yeah, she needs that. That's when we first start to really see how she's kind of like, well, Will, you can't do anything because you were taken 2 years ago. You can't function. You can't do these things.
Your super-powered friend can't protect you. Only I can protect you.
Right. But meanwhile, you're gone half the time.
Yeah. Off on a Russian adventure with Hopper and your new pal and Murray.
Right. Like, I really like Joyce, and she she is a good care. I mean, I said it before. She's a good mommy. I still feel like she is a good mommy. It's all coming from a place of love. However, I think there's a lack of understanding.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
they flat out deal with it in season 5.
Yes.
One of the few things that really does get resolved, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean that as a dig. Like they really put that
No, I know.
story to
That's
rest,
yeah.
which is good. And then in season 5,
Season
she
4.
decides.
We're
No,
talking
sorry. Season
four.
3. I'm still at the end of season 3. She goes
Oh.
undercover as a Russian
Yes.
because clearly, small ladies in Russian uniforms will not be found out by the Russians.
You know what? She does look particularly tiny
She does.
in the Russian uniform.
Next to Hopper
Like,
and Murray,
I
yeah.
didn't realize that you don't think of her as small because she kind of like she commands the scenes
She has a
that
big
she's
presence.
in. She does. She has a very big presence. And then when they put her in that uniform and she's standing next to Hopper and like all the other Russians that you see, she is small.
She is small bean.
She is small bean. Like teeny tiny.
She's the one who closes the gate.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Good job, Joyce. And then they go to California because
They needed to separate
need to
everyone.
leave. They needed to leave. They needed to go away from Hawkins.
We've talked about this before. Season 4 is, for many people, arguably the best season of the show. I get it. It's not my take anymore. It was for a while. Them being in California is terrible.
And I feel like a lot of it was because of COVID.
Yeah.
They couldn't have everybody all at the same, like,
maybe
points.
But like putting those characters in that setting, separating everybody.
Well, they were gonna move. That's
yeah.
a whole thing that they talk about in season 3 when they're being stalked by the Russianator.
Yeah.
He, she talks about how they were gonna, like, it was talks with her and Bob
It was set
season
up.
2, and then in season 3 she was like, we're leaving. So it didn't come out of nowhere.
It didn't.
And they literally leave in season 3.
They do.
At the end of it.
I
understand your dislike of it. I'm just saying it's not like it was something that was just like thrown into.
No, I'm not saying it's like season 5 where they just scrapped everything and like did their own, like decided they were gonna freeball it. Like this was set up. It was set up multiple times throughout the season, through season 3, and it was set up back in season 2, like you said.
Yeah.
But like the separation in season 4, I guess it leads to long-winded storylines that take the characters out of where they should be in terms of development. Like, Joyce goes full doe-eyed, I have to go save my boyfriend from a Russian prison. It's like, this is the same character who couldn't allow her son to do anything without her. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna grab Murray and go to Russia to save Hopper.
Yeah. This is I don't actually have this written down, but since like I have issues with her choices here because she for 2 seasons, season 2 and season 3, she is somebody who has been super overprotective of her child, even though she's MIA with this child in season 3. When they're finally back, like, reunited, she is this way. And then all of season 2, she's extremely overprotective and overbearing when it comes to Will. And then she gets this mysterious doll from Russia that says that Hopper's alive, and she just decides, I'm gonna drop everything. I'm gonna leave you here with your stoned as fuck brother.
And, like, there's no way she doesn't know that Jonathan is going through
Right.
it.
Right. And like, and
Although, you know what? No. I take that back. Maybe she does. Because it seems like she's completely absorbed in her job of selling encyclopedias over the phone. Like, she's oblivious to what's going on in her house.
And it also bothers me that, like, I understand the danger of telling them. However, 11 is in their care.
Yeah.
She should have said something to 11.
Or she could have let Owens know.
Right.
Since Owens is the one who relocated them and is keeping tabs on everything.
Right. Somebody should have been alerted to this, what she was actually doing, that Hopper was alive. And I'm like, I think it should have been 11, because that is her father.
Yep.
That's her dad. She had a right to know.
And, like, you could argue she didn't want to get her hopes up, whatever.
Right, in case he wasn't actually alive. Like I said, I get the reason for not, but
Also, if we're being real,
on the same token, like, she should have said something.
11 didn't have her powers, so she wouldn't be able to help. That did cross my mind, but
no, she didn't have her powers at the time.
But, like, yeah, it's all so funny and convenient that these things converge in the way that they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's where we start to see storylines be pulled in different directions because they need to be, not because it works. Like, in season 1, there was not a loose thread.
I feel like we're getting off of the Joyce topic, though.
No, this matters, though, because we're
Okay.
talking about Joyce. We're talking about her place in the story, you know?
Mhm.
And maybe I'm wrong in this. I feel like Joyce was mildly dumbed down from here on out.
Not in season 2.
No.
Season
I'm
1
saying
and
4
2.
and 4 and 5.
Because I would argue that there's a little bit of that in season 3.
It doesn't bother me in season 3 because season 3 happens in the span of like a day.
Yeah, it's like a couple days.
It's really fast.
It's like July 2nd to July 4th.
Yeah, so Joyce being away from Will for like a day and a half, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. I will say this for Joyce. Once they get to Russia and they're doing all their stuff, she is on task for the rest of the season.
Sure.
She means business, but the getting there part is a little, like, you're the same person who wouldn't let your kid go trick-or-treating by himself, and now you're just gonna leave him.
Also, like, you're miscautious and you're just gonna drink the coffee from the Russian smuggler.
Yeah. Like, come on.
I also don't think Murray would have done that in a like, if he were as smart as season 2 Murray.
Yeah.
But, like,
I get you were cold, but, like,
this is what I mean when I say characters got dumbed down to make the story work.
Mm-hmm. Because they needed to have that, like, escape element with them.
Yeah.
So, I get you.
Like, imagine if Yuri was forced to, like, chloroform one of them because one of them didn't drink the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that have made Yuri look like a more imposing threat?
Yeah.
Instead of, like, the absolute joke he is by the end of his storyline? Katinka. I don't know. These aren't... I don't think these aren't things that drag down the show.
No.
It's just, I don't like seeing character regression. And I feel like we got that a little bit from Joyce in season 4.
Yeah. And
we get it a lot from Joyce in season 5.
I'm going to say something because you mentioned this before about season 5 and Joyce. Wasn't she on Hot Ones and he was like, what do you got going on? And she was like, season 5 of Stranger Things, I'm in it, I think.
Yeah.
She's not in a whole hell of a lot of season 5.
No.
And you have to think, 34 minutes ago, when we started this conversation about Joyce, we said that she was arguably the main character of season 1. And she just gradually becomes less and less to the point where she's only in a few scenes of season 5.
I wonder if that has to do with how much they have to pay Winona Ryder.
But
Like, we don't want to have her on set as much because we don't want to pay her.
by the time they got to season 5, they have that. They're rolling in that Netflix cash.
They had to use all that money on the giant spider. My God, that sentence could also work for Wild Wild West.
I love that.
That's where I do too. That's where we are now. That's where we are.
Well, anyway, season 5, Joyce is still keeping Will on a crazy short leash. Like,
I also wrote that she seems like she's playing more of a secondary character to Hop.
Yep. Yeah. She sees through him with needing all of the guns for, a standard crawl. And what won't she let? She won't let Will help with the crawl.
Yeah, and I wrote that down too.
This is what I put. I said, won't let Will help with the crawl, won't let him do anything, yet it was okay for her to leave him alone with Jonathan and Argyle 18 months ago so she could go to Alaska/Russia with Mary to save Hopper, and they weren't even sure he was alive.
I'm only going to say this one more time, and then I'm going to not say it for the rest of our time talking. This is the curse of season 5, where every single thing that happens, every single way that these characters act is to serve the story, and I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, they need to have people act out of character. They need to have them regress in their character development. They need to have them act like who they were, 3 seasons ago in order for them to push this story forward. And if it was written naturally, if it was written as a real continuation of season 4, I don't think we would have seen this from anybody, honestly.
Mm.
And I'm done now. I'm not going to bring it up again. I feel like this is specifically in Joyce's case. So, yeah.
Doesn't seem like she likes Robin.
Nah, she don't like Robin.
A little bit of a dislike with Robin. But that's also because she's way overprotective of Will and has zero faith in him.
And Will's like, maybe she doesn't like Robin because she's gay. I'm gay. She's not going to like me.
Well, I mean, probably making those ties. But he doesn't know that Robin is gay here.
Yeah, I know. I was being an ass.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, like that could be in his mind.
Later on.
But so they do have, after Will kind of blows up at her a little bit, and rightly so. And after that, they have, you had mentioned it before, they have a little scene together that kind of like repair. You get an understanding as to why she is the way she is. She's still carrying guilt from when Will went missing. However, it does not make her actions toward him correct. And it also doesn't explain her actions in season 4.
Or 3.
Yeah.
Not going to say it again. It doesn't make sense for her to be carrying around this guilt. Not from what we've seen of her in the previous seasons.
Yeah.
If we were going straight from season 2 to season 5, yes. But actually, even yeah, fine. But her saving Will in season 2 honestly came across to me like this big redeeming moment for Joyce, where she was able to do what she couldn't in season 1.
Right. She was able to save him.
And I mean, yes, she did save him in season 1 too.
But like, she did it.
She did it. And for them to pull this back and be like, no, Joyce is still carrying around all this guilt, it felt very weird, and I don't want to say unearned, but like it felt like they were solving a problem that they created, like in this season.
Yeah. I wrote down a quote that she said.
Yeah.
I really like the quote. Sometimes people just need someone to believe in them, then they can do amazing things. I don't remember what she said that in Brotherhood. Oh, that
when
was
she's saying Will can.
No, that was Derek. Wasn't that Derek?
Oh, you're right. That was like, delightful Derek.
She's the one who got Derek to, change his ways.
Got him on board.
And help and everything. And that was that was in relation to that. But then I was like, now we're on board with Will?
Well, yeah, because she flip-flops, then she wants Will to fight.
Yeah.
And then he does, and then
And
she
then she
flip-flops
does.
again.
She admits she underestimated him, and then he does, and now she's guilty. Now she feels guilty for letting him help. But it's what he wanted. He knew the risks and was willing to take them.
And that was what he needed to do.
It was what he needed to do. It was what he wanted to do. He knew what getting involved may or may not do.
Mm-hmm.
It was a risk he was willing to take, and she needed to be okay with that. It's just, it's that simple. Because isn't she hesitant again to let him participate in the final battle because of what happened?
Because she thinks it's
with the
her
Demogorgon?
fault Will is in danger.
Yeah.
That she believed in him and now he's hurt, so it's my fault that you're in danger again. I don't like how she is handled in this season at all.
Yeah.
That said, she gets the killing blow.
Yes. So, forget what we just said, because she chops his head off.
We're talking about Vecna.
Vecna, you fucked with the wrong family. They got one F-bomb, and she got to drop it.
Yep.
And it was perfection. Because Winona Ryder.
It's great. It's fantastic.
It is.
That's the character we've been watching for 4 seasons.
Yes. That was Joyce from season 1 and season 2 in just that 30-second moment with the axe where she's just like, ha-cha.
This is for messing with my kid. This is for messing with Bob Newby. This is for
her family.
Everything.
Her kid. Will.
Her adopted kid.
Exactly. Will, 11, Hopper, Bob. Comes back to Bob. Bob, when everybody has their little moments of what trauma happened, she sees, the stuff with Will, but she also sees Bob's death, because that was a huge thing for her. If Bob made it out, I don't think there would have been a Hopper situation, because she genuinely loved Bob.
Yeah.
I love Bob.
How can you not?
I love Bob.
I will watch Samwise Gamgee in anything he does for the rest of his life. Sean Astin is a treasure.
Goonies.
He is a treasure.
Goonies never say die. It's our time. It's our time down here.
God, if they could have gotten him in the Upside Down to say that.
He never got into the.
He never went into the tunnels.
Upside down.
If he got into the tunnels and said that,
it's our time. Well, no, Mike has a moment of that in the tunnels, because you were like, "Oh, look, it's Goonies."
Yeah. But we get so the rest we see of Joyce after that is, getting Will ready for graduation, which is very cute.
Very mommy.
Very mom. They have their whole family moment. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, her and Hopper getting engaged at Enzo's, which felt weird. I like their relationship.
I like their relationship too. That scene made me really uncomfortable.
That scene was very uncomfortable.
It made me really uncomfortable. It felt very forced.
It felt very, very forced. And I'm not entirely sure why. The chemistry between them just wasn't.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't bubbling.
I don't want to say. I'm going to say this, and I want to preface it by I love.
Oh, look, it's me.
I love Winona Ryder, and I love David Harbour. The acting in this scene was bad.
It was, and I have to imagine it's partially because they either didn't like the way that the story was ending for those characters, or they didn't like the way they were doing it.
Yeah, there was just something about it, and I said this in.
I'm gonna use a word, and you can tell me if it sounds douchey.
Mm-hmm.
Trite.
It sounds douchey.
It's trite.
Yeah.
The entire scene.
Yes, no.
I'm not. It's. I know how it sounds, but I think I'm right.
I don't know what it means.
I have Google. Boring and unoriginal due to constant use or excessive repetition.
So no, I'm gonna say no.
I think it is.
But to me, and I said this about the teens goodbye, Nancy, Jonathan, Robin, and Steve, how it was very acting class like, where they're learning how to do a scene and they're just like talking and waiting for the next okay, I'm going to say my lines, okay, and now it's your turn to talk, so I'm going to stop myself so that you can say your lines, and we're just going to say our lines at each other. And that's kind of how it felt here to me.
Yeah.
And which was very surprising, and why it makes me feel uncomfortable, because those are two actors that in any of their scenes prior to that one, you do not get that at all.
No, not even a little. They are masters of their craft,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like it in that scene.
Yeah.
And I think a good portion of that is because the last time Joyce and Hopper interact before everything hits the fan, Hopper is lying to her about having a suicide vest.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That never comes
really
up.
Don't interact again
Until towards the end.
Right. Like that's crazy to me.
They never talk about it. They never like, and then it's just, okay, we're at Enzo's and we're getting engaged. Like, we skip way too much of whatever happens between them after Vecna.
Yeah.
I would have been very happy with an ending scene at Enzo's where they are on a date and talking about their future, but like making it this awkward proposal after giving us nothing between these characters, aside from like the second episode of season 5.
Mm-hmm.
It feels wrong.
Yeah, especially given the fact that now, like, I understand this is 18 months later, but they both lost a daughter.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm fine with them getting engaged or whatever. That's great for them. Like, that's, yeah, awesome.
You know what I almost would have liked better?
It's just a weird scene.
You know what I think would have made it better and more organic?
Mm-hmm.
Is if they were already engaged.
When they're having, like...
They gave us this time skip.
Yeah. No, if they were already engaged when they're like... Because Hopper is there when they're getting ready for graduation. Yeah. So if they were already engaged there, no, I agree. I feel like that would have worked better.
Like, imagine if they didn't go through all of that, and instead they sit at Enzo's and have their meal together and talk about their future, and then the last shot of them is, like, zoom out on their hands and they're wearing rings.
Right. And also, it's very short.
Yeah.
Their bit is very short.
Yeah.
Which I think also adds to the... uncomfortable nature of it.
It almost feels sitcom-y.
Yeah. Well, this is why we and here I go. I'm gonna go off on season 5 now, and I don't normally. I don't normally, because I like to stay on task. But this is why I feel like so many people disliked a lot of the epilogue and were like hoping for, you know, that conformity gate or whatever, because almost the entirety of the epilogue, up until the part where we are in Mike's basement playing D&D again, does not feel real.
We've talked about this before.
It does not. Yeah. It feels forced. It feels too positive.
And like, we didn't feel this way before, or we didn't feel this way after the conformity gate thing. We felt this way immediately after watching it.
When we were watching this, and it started, and everything was like, after all that happened, and it was bright and sunny, and they're getting ready for graduation, we're like, this is a dream.
There's no consequences from the military.
We're like, they're being Vecna'd right now. Like, this is, and then when things just started kept happening, and we were like, oh, okay. All right. Huh. Yeah, so like
It all felt very unreal until we got to the basement.
until you get to the basement. That is the best. That is honestly the basement scene and like one or two other moments of the final episode are the only reason why I don't hate the final episode.
Mike and Hopper talking to each other is good.
Mike and Hopper's moment, the basement scene, Dustin and Steve.
Dustin and Steve. The little scene with Lucas and Max where, you know, she's all better and she's skateboarding. I love that scene.
No,
but it does kind of feel
it's
fake.
Right.
Not the actors, not their chemistry.
No,
it's just they're doing
fine in the world and in the grand scheme of everything that we have seen up until this point. It doesn't fit.
No.
Which is why
the tone is weird.
It's weird. Yeah. It doesn't fit. And I'm going to get off of my high horse now. But like I said, I don't do this often, so it needed to be said. I needed to speak it. But I'm gonna get down off of my high horse and just leave it at that.
You should really join me up here more often. The air is fresher.
I get heated about so much on this show that I try not to be too negative about season 5 because, as I've said, I didn't hate it.
Criticism isn't always negative. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Criticism comes from a place of loving the thing that you're criticizing. Usually.
That's true.
Unless you're just out here saying, this is terrible because I don't like it. Like, our criticism of Stranger Things comes from the fact that we love the show.
You do. I still do. I'm getting the urge to watch it again. I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit. Okay, yeah. A little bit. Not gonna lie, the cartoon kind of put me in that mood a bit.
Yeah, like I kind of want to watch it again.
And not even in a, oh, this is bad. I want to watch the original kind of way.
No, I want to watch it again, like, out of pure entertainment. But, like, watch it from season 1 through season 5. And, like, we will include season 5 in a rewatch. Because I feel like you have to.
Yeah, but that's the only reason we're gonna, because we feel like we have to.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
On the topic of Joyce.
Joyce. Drive.
Yeah. Joyce, drive. Is that how we sign off? Instead of Dusty Buns, do we sign off with drive?
Oh, today we could do that. We could have a different sign off.
I'll start us off.
I guess we're signing off, guys.
I think so. Yeah, we've said all we have to say. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna wrap up Joyce, and then
we'll wrap up Joyce a little. I really don't like how we ended with Joyce in season 5. That said, Joyce as a character is one of the best things about the show through seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Even season 4, even though I feel like the Russia storyline loses the plot a lot, she's still incredible in it. Winona Ryder chews every scene she is in. She is and has always been a wildly talented actress, and I'm so glad we got her in this show.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Wino forever.
Wino forever.
Do you know that?
No, but it sounded nice.
So, real quick.
Oh, God. Okay.
She used to date Johnny Depp. And
yes,
he got a tattoo that said Winona forever. And when they broke up, he got it fixed. So on his arm now, he's got a tattoo that says Wino forever. He just got the Nona part taken off of
Interesting.
So.
Okay.
I told you it was gonna be quick.
That was quick. So, signing off from the Hawkins Hellfire Collective, I'm Zach Grubb.
I'm Devin Grubb.
Joyce, drive! We're really going to kill people's ears. See you, everybody.